We played on both ends of the court in the first half, is what we're trying to, get to. I think defensively, 39-point quarter, I think, and it just fuels our offense. And, to come out and start game two with that kind of effort on both ends of the court, it's what you're looking for. I think a hiccup for us in the third quarter, we got to be better. But, I think we
a little bit. The building's obviously very electric, as it's been for you guys all year. When Giannis starts the game with a dunk, a block, and another dunk all in like the first 45 seconds, can you script a better way to get your team and this building going?
To script those first three possessions. And the block shot, to me, is the one that stands out. I think when Giannis is active and protecting the paint, protecting the rim, and he plays so hard. He just, he lays it all on the rim, and he plays so hard. He just, he lays it all on the rim. I think everybody fed off of Giannis and how he started the game. Nico obviously had a good start, and it's how you want to come into a game two, or how you want to start a game two.
Game Pittman with the pick and roll, Bud. Ersan tonight obviously had a strong performance during the second quarter when the game was still in the balance. He really sort of took over. What did you see from Ersan tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he was fabulous. It was, I think clearly his best game of the year, and in a big moment for Ersan to step up. He's such a pro. We've been together for a few years now. It's just, I have so much confidence and faith and trust in him, and he has tough shots and everything he does defensively. And the whole bench. You look at George and Malcolm, and just the production we're getting from our bench. And I think Pat does a lot of things that help us win too. So I think the bench continues to be a real strength for us. And Ersan just was off the charts tonight.
Ricardo Torres, Racine Journal-Times. Eric has seemed to be struggling in these first two games. Tell me what you say to him to help him get his confidence back.
I think Eric is confident. He's just got to keep shooting, keep playing. The things he does for us defensively, I think he had 7 assists tonight. And I think there's so much more to the sport than just, scoring and or making shots. And, of course, every time he shoots it, I want it to go in. But there's so many things that Eric Bledsoe's doing for us that's positive, that's helping us. We're winning. We're up 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Bled's a huge part of that. So he's confident. He's ready to go. And, we'll just tell him keep shooting, keep playing, keep doing what he's been doing.
Eric named The Athletic, but they cut it down to 13 there. You guys get the timeout, get a stop, and then I think it goes Malcolm bucket, Malcolm to George, Malcolm to George. Just how big were those two for you guys specifically off the bench?
Yeah, that little stretch, I think we've had a couple spurts, including game one late where, we're able to get a stop and then we're able to get out and play quick in transition. And, tonight it was George that was kind of the recipient of it. Malcolm got the dunk the other night. Those are what we're looking for. The more of those we can get. It's hard to score on anybody in the playoffs in the half court. So if we can get out and run and get those easy ones, but that stretch, we weren't great in the third quarter, so it'll be opportunity for us to look at it, see how we can get better. But that stretch in transition was really good.
Gabe Stoltz, BrewHoop.com, sort of just dovetailing off that game one. Toronto really contained George, holding him scoreless and 13 off the bench tonight. Just between these two games, what did you see as the biggest difference for him?
George was aggressive tonight. I think he got a couple layups. It's always good when you get a couple layups. Just like the other night, Brooke got a few layups and, got some putbacks and things like that. It just builds your confidence. But George had played at such a high level for 4 or 5 straight games. I mean, he was, he was so important and so good in the Boston series. I think he just, he didn't have his best game in game one, but, I think his mentality coming into game two tonight was great. And, I think it carried over to the court. And, he was very good along with the other guys.
Ben Steele, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Bud, you guys forced the Raptors into a lot of long twos, contested jump shots tonight. What were you guys doing better defensively in this game?
We talked a little bit about, I thought we got better in game one towards the end. The fourth quarter, our defense got better. And I think some of that carried over into the first half. There was, you get a little bit of a rhythm. Our guards, on the ball, taking individual pride, doing what we need them to do, and then the activity from the bigs we've been talking a lot about. Just all that, kind of working in concert, just making every shot they take tough, whether it's a 3, a 2, in the paint, no matter where it is. We want them taking tough shots.
Cody Grant, WOZN Radio. It seemed like Nico finally found a rhythm offensively, especially in that first half. But a lot of times his defense goes unnoticed, getting his hands in the passing lanes, guarding smaller guards like Danny Green. Just how big is he defensively for you guys?
Yeah, it's been great. I think, it's been a theme now for, a few games or, coming off the last series and onto this one. I think Nico's, I don't know what the right word is, but I think he's just taking a lot of pride in showing that he can guard different positions and guard, wings and shooters and chase guys. And, he's doing little things in transition, getting back, showing crowds, finding shooters. Just really, and he's just got like an edge to him that I think's been good for our team. And we need him to continue to do that.
Craig Matzik from WTMJ. Bud, can you put into words, just given your experience, how challenging is it for a guy to come back into a playoff situation like Malcolm has, have it physically, mentally, from a conditioning standpoint, and really just fit right back into where he left off?
Yeah, it's, I feel fortunate to have been around a lot of good teams, and I can't think of a guy that's, emerged in the second round in a game, I think 4, 4, and 5, and now into 1 and 2 that's come back and almost picked up right where he left off. He was so good for us all year, 90, 50, 40, and does so many things. And I think, certainly from my perspective, what he's been able to do, I just thought, if we could just get him back going and he could, he's exceeded all of our expectations, and he's done it all year. So, and he's such a pro. I guess we should. This is what we expect from Malcolm.
Coach Vince Goodwill from Yahoo Sports right here. When you look up and down this roster, so many guys that can dribble, pass, and shoot. Is that kind of what you envision when you're looking at the rotation, and how difficult is that for other teams to game plan and guard against?
Yeah, I mean, we want guys that are basketball players that, have high IQs that can do, like you said, dribble, pass, shoot, can make reads, make decisions. And, we try and, develop them. We try and empower them. We try and play a way where they all feel like they can contribute and do things. And, hopefully that's paying off for us. And guys appreciate it. And I think they grow and develop here. And, Giannis and Chris and Bled, they do a great job of empowering their teammates, trusting their teammates, and letting their teammates play. And it's what they've done all year, and we need it to continue.
Coach Peter Bukowski, Dime Magazine. You said after game 1 you weren't going to change the way that you played in the playoffs. You wanted the guys to keep shooting, to keep playing the way that you want them to play. In the playoffs, though, usually we see rotation shorten, we see more isolation basketball, and you haven't done that. Does a game like tonight give you confidence that that approach is the right approach and can work in these big games?
Well, I mean, we're going to lose some games, and we're going to keep doing what we've been doing all year. It's like you can't just base it on, the results. Obviously, tonight was a huge positive. The guys have learned a way to play. They believe in it. We believe in it. And, the more positive results you get, sure, it reinforces it. It just, lets them know that nothing's going to change. And, I think we'll just continue that going into game 3, win or lose, going into game 4. It's everybody's built their habits. Everybody to some degree is who they are. Now you just got to go out and execute and do what you've been doing.
2 more. We got Dan and then Jeff.
But Dan Weinke with the Los Angeles Times. On a night when Giannis has 30 and 17, I'm sure there were some shots he'd like back and some passes maybe he'd like back. What's it like to coach a guy where 30 and 17 is like a good night, but, there's more there still?
Yeah, it's I'm beyond fortunate to have Giannis, and it's how you describe it is true. He's incredible, and then you're like, wow, I think he can be even better. And the great part about Giannis is he wants to be better, and we're coaching him and we're on him, and we think he can be doing more, and he just soaks it up. And it's just so unique to have a player like that just wants to be great and you feel like has more, and yet he's been phenomenal. And so, it's exciting for us, for tonight and going forward. And you can't say enough good things about Giannis.
Jeff Zogett, USA Today. I'm back here, Mike.
Yeah, Jeff.
You mentioned the third quarter. What's the challenge headed into Game 3? They can't afford to go down 3-0. So, from your vantage point, what do you guys need to guard against? What is that challenge?
Yeah, in a strange way, I think looking at third quarter tonight to see, how they end up with 39 points. That's just, that's a huge quarter. And where did we break down? Where were we not as good as we need to be? And hopefully that'll give us, a little bit of a roadmap to what to expect in Game 3. And, we're always looking for ways to get better. And we want to stay hungry. We want to go out there and, continue to just focus on our defense, make that our identity, and, see what happens in Game 3. All right, thank you.